Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're a loan officer, you know exactly how stressful market shifts can be. So today, we're going to talk about a strategy to build a business that's not just durable, but actually future-proof. One that doesn't just survive the ups and downs, but thrives on them. Let's get right into it.
So let me ask you a question, and I want you to be honest with yourself. Is your pipeline really, truly built to last? Or does it feel like you're starting from scratch every time the market, even sneezes? Because if you're leaning too heavily on just one way of getting business, well, your foundation might be shakier than you think.
And that right there, that's the big problem we're going to solve today. Relying on a single referral source, whether it's that one amazing realtor or just one type of lead, is a complete recipe for instability. It leads to all that stress from unpredictable markets and those crazy swings in volume. It's time to stop reacting and start building. And this is the answer. We call it the resilient pipeline. And as you can see, it's not a single path. It's an entire ecosystem. You've got multiple partners all feeding into your business, creating this incredibly strong foundation that means you get consistent growth no matter what the market is doing. Okay, let's start by breaking down the first major category, the volume drivers. I want you to think of these partners as the high-frequency foundation of your business. They're the ones who keep the engine running with a nice, steady flow of opportunities. First up, and this one's probably no surprise to you, Realtors. They are absolutely essential and, maybe more importantly, a highly scalable source of referrals. And the reason for that is pretty simple. They live right at the epicenter of almost every single home purchase. And this really says it all. Realtors are the initial point of contact for the vast majority of homebuyers. So when you become their go-to trusted lending partner, you're not just getting a lead. You are literally positioned right at the very beginning of that client's entire journey. So, how do you become that person, that indispensable partner? Well, it's about way more than just having good rates. It's about making that realtor look like an absolute rock star. And you do that by pre-qualifying clients perfectly, by over-communicating, by delivering ridiculously smooth closings, and this one is huge, by educating the client so there are never any last-minute surprises. You basically transform from being just a lender into being an essential guide. Now, our second volume driver is builders. And let me tell you, this is a whole different ballgame. They operate on a much, much longer timeline than realtors do, which means they're engaging with buyers way, way earlier in the process. Your value here isn't just about closing a loan at the end. It's about providing one thing: certainty. You basically become a shield for that builder. You step in and solve their biggest headaches. We're talking cancellations, delays, deals falling apart. The moment you start reducing that kind of disruption, you become a critical part of their sales strategy. So you can really see the difference side by side. With realtors, it's all about high velocity, keeping those transactions moving. But with builders, it's a long game. You're managing these extended timelines, and you have to be super proactive, sometimes months in advance. Mastering both of these is absolutely key for a balanced pipeline. All right, let's move on to our second pillar, the trust brokers. Now, we're kind of shifting gears here. We're moving away from high volume and into high precision. These are the partners who send you specialized referrals that build deep, deep credibility for your brand. First on this list, attorneys, and we're talking specifically about those in divorce and estate planning. They are navigating some really complex, emotionally charged situations with their clients. Their professional reputation is always on the line, so they can only refer people to an expert who they know is professional, discreet, and incredibly reliable. And yeah, these are definitely high-stakes situations. Things like divorce buyouts, complex estate transitions, or really tricky ownership restructuring. Now, this isn't going to be a high-volume channel, but let me be clear. One single, strong partnership with the right attorney can become a reliable source of amazing business for years and years. Next up in the trust broker category, we have financial advisors and accountants. Now, their clients are typically really disciplined financially, they're goal-oriented, which means the conversation you have with them starts at a much higher, more strategic level right from the get-go. So the key to winning here is to elevate the whole conversation way beyond just the interest rate. You add value by talking about home equity strategies or by helping with their cash flow planning. You're positioning yourself as a long-term strategic mortgage partner. With these relationships, your credibility is literally everything.
Okay, let's get to our final and, maybe the most powerful pillar in this whole referral ecosystem. I like to call this one the overlooked gold mine, because this is your secret weapon for creating truly sustainable long-term growth.
And it's right there in plain sight. It's your past clients. They are so often the most overlooked, but potentially the most valuable referral partners you have. I mean, think about it. They already know you, they already like you, and they already trust you. So, how do you actually tap into this goldmine? Well, it definitely doesn't happen by accident. You have to actively nurture it. That means consistent communication long after the deal is done. It means offering annual mortgage reviews, and it means just staying present in their lives. When your clients feel like you've got their back for the long haul, they become your biggest advocates. So now that we've seen all the pillars, let's talk about how to put this all together, because we're moving beyond just a bunch of individual tactics and toward building one single cohesive strategy, your business ecosystem. I want you to think of your business like a tree, a diverse network of partners, your realtors, your builders, attorneys, past clients. They form the deep, strong roots. This isn't some short-term trick. This is the very foundation that supports a stable, thriving business and really defines what your brand is all about. So where do you actually start? It's simple. Here's your 3-step action plan. First, you've got to analyze. Take a really honest look at where your business is coming from right now. Second, identify. Pinpoint which of these partner types you need to add to create more balance. And finally, step 3, deliver. Focus like a laser on providing undeniable value to every single partner in your network. Because ultimately, this is the goal, a balanced ecosystem where your volume drivers, your trust brokers, and your past clients are all working together in perfect harmony. When you have that, you create a business that isn't just stable, it's pretty much unstoppable, no matter what the market decides to throw at it. And so that leaves us with one last really important question. As you look at this whole ecosystem and you think about where your business is today and where you want it to go, who is the very first partner you are going to connect with this week to start building your own resilient pipeline? Thanks so much for joining me.